Good evening, Dr. Wahida and my fellow friend. We are from Group 2. Our group member have Yuzuri, is me, Ng Jun Chen, Awali, and Ishwana. Today, we would like to present about Progress 1 and Progress 2 in Operating System project. For the Progress 1, which is design and configuring the network and DHCP server. For the Progress 2, which is SFTP and web service. In the project, we use the virtualization, software is VirtualBox, and operating system type is Debian. Let's start our progress. First, we want to open the VirtualBox and we create two virtual machines, which is server and client. First, we want go to server to design the network, create the setting, and create the network. For editor 1, we must be enable network editor and attach to NAT for editor 2. Also, enable network editor and attach to internal network. The name by default by innet and click OK. For client, also same step. So we create the setting and create the network. For editor 1, enable network editor and attach to internal network. The name must be same with server editor 2 is innet. So we can log in the server. After login server, we can use the ping to check the connection from server to client. So we can use the ping Google and it can run. So we can press the Ctrl C to stop and check the connection. We can go to the Firefox and click the Wikipedia and type the operating system to check the connection can run. So it can run, so it is connected. That's all for server. Next, we can log in the client. After login client, we can check the connection from client to server and use the ping and IP address server and see them can run or not. So it can run, so Ctrl C to stop, and that's all for the client.
I'm Ong Jun Chen and I'm going to demonstrate the testing procedure for the DHCP. So for the first, we need to open up the Debian server and so the Debian client. So we need to sign in. After sign in, first we need to go to the terminal of the Debian server. Let's check the status of the server. So we can see here the server is at the active status. Let's go to the Debian client, open up the terminal in the Debian client, and let's see the IP address. So you can see here the IP address of the client now is 192.168.1.8. So we can go to the sudo nano /etc network interface to change the static to the DHCP. Save and also exit. Restart the network. As we are changing from static to DHCP, so we need to restart the system. So after restarting, find the IP address now. So you can see right here is 192.168.1.6. So the previous IP is .8. So now after connecting to the DHCP server, it changed automatically to the .6 IP address. So let's ping the client at the Debian server. So you can see right here is successfully pinged from the server to the client. So if we ping from the server to the previous IP of the client, it will show that it's unreachable. So for the server, we can access the internet. So let's ping google.com. It is successfully pinged. And so if ping to the IP address of google.8, it also successfully pinged. But if at the client side, as we didn't allow it to access the internet, so when we ping the Google, it will show that the name of service is not known. And if we ping to the IP address of the Google, it also show that unreachable. So if we ping to the server from the client, it will successfully ping. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, let's start SFTP steps. So the first we need to update our system to ensure some packages are up to date. Perhaps to avoid this actually so let's this. Try this. And the next we install the OpenSSH server. SSH the Pokemon of the SFTP provides source channels for transfer. So now we install that group. I'm already installed the group. So we need to create destroy from SFTP data and user group and SFTP user to manage the SFTP user. So here we create an SFTP user and sign into the SFTP user group. The user is certificated from the login and to the server XP except for SFTP. Now let's move to sudo time. So we need to configure SSH to restrict the user to SFTP only, and this prevents the user of accessing other parts of the system. So this is the part so important to let the other signs or other parts of the system use SFTP. And now let's check. As we can see here, the SFTP is running. That means everything is correct, and so far so good. So let's test SFTP in the client user. We must write the same name in server user and the ping password. Okay, so you can see here the inside is SFTP server. So let's check if the file is the same. Okay, let's check in the server. So yes, everything is correct. We can see here all the files in the server.
To start from the server, first I have to insert the IP address that I comment and saved earlier before. This is my IP address. So if I enter it, this content will pop up. Why? Because this is the content that I saved in my Nano editor. But when we type at the client side, it won't pop up. It will show server not found and will show it having trouble because client have no access to access the server side's content. Only server have all access to enter server's content. Client, which is third party, have no access to access the content of server. That's why the message pop up like this. So I just show some small briefing how it works. So first enter sudo nano www group to html index.html. Okay, so you guys can see this is the content that I saved. Group 2 operating system, the names that's now it was pop up. So, but just save it's not enough. So we have to add some comment for server admin name, then only it will work. So first, this is step. After this sudo nano www/group2html/index.html was the step 8. So step 9, we have to change the directory first. You see sites available. So it successfully changed the directory. So now we have to enter another sudo nano html.config. Okay, so this is the content that I added. So we have to add a server admin, webmaster at group2html, server name which is group2html.com, the server alias which is www.group2html.com, and lastly document root goes to var www/group2html. So same. So the directory will be var www.group2html. So options, indexes, follow, symlinks, allow, override all, and requires all the granted, and close the directory. So this is help to work on to pop up the content in the Firefox. So next, this is step 11. So at the step 12, we have to enable our sudo a2 inside group2html's configure. So we have to enable it. And at the step 13, we have to disable the default page by using sudo a2 decide 000 default config. So it will disable it and will enable the new group of the group2html. So and then lastly, we have to enter the sudo nano /etc host. Okay, this is the line that I added. So this IP address will work when we type the IP address at the Firefox, which is 192.168.1.254. So I already saved this before. So this is the result. When we type this IP address, the content will pop up. Okay, so just in case, if we want to change any name from this, so we have to enter to the sudo nano to edit the name. Okay, for example, from my name, I remove the Gunasekharan, and then I save it, then exit. So from the old one, you guys can see they got Gunasekharan, but when I refresh this page, the Gunasekharan was not appear. So it shows that the connection between the command and to the server was successfully working.